When they'd finished revising the M words and phrases a few years ago, the OED hoped that they now had all of them. But they'd missed one out. One that may incite a wave of nausea among office workers throughout the land. Management speak. Ian Hislop, editor of Private Eye, rolled up his sleeves and got to grips with the mangling of language.
Britain is no longer a nation of shopkeepers. Now, it's a nation of managers.
The bloke who collects the tickets on the bus, he's a revenue manager. The bin men are waste managers. Even the people who shoot the pigeons are urban bird managers.
And to help these managers manage, they've got their own special language, in which they become fluent.
In the management environment, brave new thoughts are plucked from the blue sky by managers eager to think outside the box. Envelopes are pushed, the wheel is reinvented, and ideas, if there's been a strategic policy realignment, are firmly parked.
The boss who uses this kind of jargon to mask his own shortcomings is epitomised by the character of David Brent in the comedy series The Office.
I've just spent 2 days in Swindon with Neil, and he's made some big changes. Now, when we spoke on Friday, you said you were going to instigate some changes of your own. I just wondered how that was going.
Great.
Good. What have you done?
Changed many things, really. In a global sense, streamlining the whole ongoing enterprise of it.
I'm sorry, David, that sounds
on.
like management speak to me, and I know you hate that.
Yeah, I do. So...
This verbiage has an unlikely ancestry. In George Orwell's novel 1984, the totalitarian state uses a language called newspeak. Today's management speak is its direct descendant. Until now, Private Eye has attempted to laugh at it. But perhaps we should offer courses instead. The first lesson would be how to sugar the linguistic pill.
Rule 1. A great noun can make a better verb. So we don't offer incentives. I must incentivise. Never use one word when two will do. Try an adverb. I must proactively incentivise. Don't be active if you can be passive. The team must be proactively incentivised. Remember, everyone's a stakeholder now. In accordance with best practice for our stakeholders, the team must be proactively incentivised in order to allow the company to undergo a resizing exercise.
In other words, work harder or you're fired. But management speak is not a recent phenomenon. It has its roots in one of the most influential professions of the 20th century, management consultancy. These organisations are hired to analyse the intricate workings of client companies and to recommend improvements.
And this is one of them. Not that you would ever know, of course, unless you'd been told. They're just a few little signs that say McKinsey Matrix. But that's entirely in keeping with McKinsey's role in the world. They're discreet, they're anonymous, they're behind the scenes. And yet, historically, they're responsible for the management takeover of an entire culture.
In 1933, when lawyer Marvin Bower joined McKinsey's, it was no more than a fledgling business. But Bower had big ideas. First, he pushed through a name change from management engineers to management consultants, which changed their image from blue-collar to boardroom. Then Bower insisted on a new McKinsey lexicon, because he said we are what we speak. Consultancy was not an industry, it was a profession. McKinsey's had no customers, only clients. It didn't take on jobs. It accepted engagements. It It wasn't made up of employees, but colleagues. And most importantly, it didn't have rules. It had values. With these words, he planted the seeds for the rest of management speak. And what Bauer had pioneered soon became standard practice.
Top management, middle management, and supervisory or first-line management.
Any consultant worth his fee had to use the specialised vocabulary. This is now so prevalent that to get on, you must learn it like a foreign language.
I am pioneering a whole system approach.
I am pioneering a whole system approach.
I recommend.
But, unlike with most languages, you are not aiming to be understood.
I am embedding a new progressive consensus.
I'm embedding a new progressive consensus.
I recommend.
It's not concision you want, but confusion.
I recommend synchronised administrative flexibility.
Sadly, management speak has not just taken over business. It's now moved into politics, particularly under New Labour.
The whole point of them is actually to promote best practice and to roll them out, and we are already encouraging other units of delivery to adopt aspects of the Trailblazer approach as they're proved to be successful into their own gateways. And of course the whole point about the Trailblazers is about developing the kind of soft skills in young people that employers tell us that they want to see.
That was a real speech about education. But how would that language have coped with a genuine national crisis?
I would say to the House, as I said to those who joined the government, I have nothing to offer but blood, toil, tears, and sweat.
Then we used the tools of rhetoric and oratory.
Okay, if we could look at the summary agenda.
Today we have presentations and bullet points.
What is our aim? I can answer in one word: victory. Victory at all costs.
If Churchill had talked in management speak, we'd probably be talking in German.
Key objectives. Implementation of a win-win situation.
But without victory, there is no survival. Let that be realized.
With death for stakeholders in empire and, well, the goal of the whole of mankind.
Never in the field of human conflict was so much owed by so many to so few.
So this is never, as you can see, fairly small amount owed, and now a fairly large amount owed. Mission statement.
Let us go forward together with our united strength.
Catchy. Political language is designed to make lies sound truthful and murder respectable, and to give the appearance of solidity to pure wind. It's good that, but it wasn't me who said it. It was George Orwell in 1956.
The writer satirised this phenomenon 50 years ago.
Orwell also realised that if you use language like Lego, constructing sentences out of stock words and phrases, you've stopped thinking, and the language is controlling you.
So management speak is Orwellian in its derivation, if not yet in its power over us. The important thing is to recognise it and to laugh at it. Remember, when someone uses it, all they are managing is to look ridiculous.